Many travelers believe they fully understand how airports operate. You double-check your passport, arrive well ahead of schedule, organize your luggage carefully, wear comfortable clothing, and leave extra time for unexpected delays. It feels like you've prepared for everything. But confidence can sometimes become the biggest problem. The travelers who make the costliest airport mistakes are often the ones who believe experience makes them immune to trouble. People who proudly say they've been flying for years still fall into traps that quietly waste money, create stress, ruin comfort, and occasionally destroy entire vacations. Airlines rarely warn passengers about these problems, airports do nothing to prevent them, and the travel industry continues making profit from travelers repeating the same predictable errors. Today, we're revealing 12 major airport mistakes seniors continue to make, including one tiny habit that can completely ruin a trip before boarding even starts. Pay close attention because many of these mistakes seem harmless until the consequences suddenly appear. If you're tired of modern travel headaches, stay with us. Let's begin. Mistake number 12, relying too heavily on small travel pouches. Keeping your passport, cash, boarding pass, medication, and bank cards inside one compact pouch feels organized and convenient. Everything is easy to access and simple to carry. But the moment that pouch disappears, the entire trip can spiral into chaos. Small travel pouches are among the easiest things to lose inside busy airports. They slide off counters, remain forgotten inside restrooms, slip from carry-on pockets, or disappear beneath terminal seats without anyone noticing. Unlike large suitcases, tiny pouches attract very little attention when they go missing. In crowded airports, they can vanish almost instantly. Unfortunately, thieves also recognize exactly what these pouches often contain: passports, credit cards, emergency cash, and travel paperwork. To them, it's less a bag and more an easy target. One brief distraction while buying coffee or waiting in a security line can lead to panic, canceled travel plans, replacement document fees, and major delays. Emergency passport replacements can become extremely expensive and time-consuming. A smarter approach is to keep essential items secured inside a zippered inner jacket pocket or hidden money belt beneath your clothing. Also, avoid carrying too many separate items because every extra bag divides your attention. But while losing a pouch is frustrating, the next mistake can cost travelers even more. Mistake number 11, avoiding online check-in. Some travelers casually think, "I'll just check in at the airport." It sounds simple and stress-free, but it can create unnecessary problems. Airlines frequently overbook flights because they expect a percentage of passengers not to appear. When flights become crowded, travelers who check in late often deal with limited seat choices, unexpected complications, or extra pressure. Online check-in is not only about convenience, it also secures your position earlier. The moment check-in opens, usually 24 hours before departure, experienced travelers confirm their seats, verify details, and catch possible issues while still at home. Waiting until arrival at the airport may leave you standing in long lines, stuck with poor seat options, or dealing with gate confusion. Vacations that should begin with excitement instead begin with stress and frustration. Some people lose hours fixing problems that could have been avoided in minutes. A better strategy is setting an alarm exactly 24 hours before departure, checking in immediately, saving your boarding pass digitally, and keeping a screenshot as backup. Because the next mistake often begins before travelers even leave home. Mistake number 10, packing emotionally instead of practically. You finish packing, everything barely fits, and the suitcase finally closes. It feels satisfying until the luggage scale reveals the truth: overweight baggage. Suddenly, calm disappears. Bags are reopened, clothes are rearranged, heavy shoes get shoved into backpacks, and stressful decisions happen at the last minute. Even worse is discovering the extra weight at the airport counter while other passengers watch and the airline employee announces a large overweight baggage fee. Sometimes it's $100, sometimes far more. All caused by packing mistakes made the previous night. Smart travelers avoid this by weighing their suitcase before and during packing. Full-size toiletries, unnecessary clothing, extra shoes, and just-in-case items often become expensive deadweight. Airlines generate enormous profits through baggage fees, and much of that money comes from travelers packing without a clear strategy. A smart solution is using a luggage scale at home and leaving extra weight margin before traveling. Mistake number 9, selecting seats without proper research. Many passengers open the airline seat map and quickly choose the first available window or aisle seat they notice. It feels like a success simply avoiding the middle seat. But appearances on seat maps can be misleading. A seat that looks ideal online may sit directly beside the restroom with constant foot traffic, near the noisy galley where carts crash all flight long, or inside a row with almost no recline. Some window seats do not even align properly with an actual window. What looked comfortable during booking may become hours of discomfort in the air. Airline seat maps rarely reveal the full reality. Two identical-looking rows can provide completely different experiences. Smart travelers research aircraft layouts ahead of time to identify noisy areas, restricted recline rows, and better legroom options. Seats near bathrooms, galleys, and rear cabin sections are often less pleasant. One carefully chosen seat can completely change how enjoyable a flight feels. But many passengers spend money on the next mistake believing it offers protection when it often doesn't. Mistake number 8, shrink-wrapping luggage in plastic. Travelers pay to cover their suitcases in tight plastic wrap believing it adds security and protection. It may feel reassuring until airport security decides to inspect the bag. Within seconds, the wrap is sliced open and left hanging in torn strips while the luggage remains exposed anyway. If important items need to be accessed, passengers often end up tearing through the wrap themselves under pressure while others wait impatiently behind them. Many travelers purchase this service expecting peace of mind, only to realize it solves far fewer problems than expected. It does not prevent inspections or guarantee safety. A better choice is using a TSA-approved lock combined with a reusable luggage cover. It provides practical protection while reducing waste and frustration. Mistake number 7, automatically following the largest security line. Most travelers enter the terminal, spot the first security line, and immediately join it because everyone else is doing the same thing. That behavior is exactly why those lines become overcrowded. Many airports operate multiple security checkpoints, but passengers frequently ignore alternatives simply because they follow the crowd. Meanwhile, another checkpoint farther away may move significantly faster. Walking a few extra minutes can sometimes save half an hour or more. Long lines are often created more by herd behavior than actual necessity. Before choosing a line, smart travelers scan the entire security area and look for less crowded entrances. Often, the checkpoint farthest from the main entrance becomes the quickest option. Within the same terminal, waiting times can vary dramatically depending on where most passengers gather. And the next mistake causes more trouble at security than travelers realize. Mistake number 6, misunderstanding liquid rules. Travelers know airport liquid restrictions exist, so many assume partially empty bottles are acceptable. A half-used shampoo bottle or nearly empty lotion container may seem harmless, but airport security focuses on container size rather than remaining liquid quantity. Even if only a small amount remains inside, oversized containers can still be confiscated. Many passengers argue or explain the situation, but by then the delay has already happened and expensive items may end up discarded. Bags get inspected, lines slow down, and frustration builds over something easily preventable. Smart travelers transfer liquids into properly sized travel containers before leaving home and keep them accessible inside a clear bag rather than buried beneath clothing and electronics. A few minutes of preparation can save major delays later. Mistake number 5, getting distracted inside duty-free shopping areas. After passing security, travelers often relax and decide to browse stores for a few minutes. One quick stop turns into multiple shops, snacks, perfume testing, gift browsing, and price comparisons. Suddenly, boarding has already started. Airports are intentionally designed to guide passengers through shopping zones because the longer travelers remain there, the more money they spend and the less aware they become of time. Many passengers mentally relax after clearing security, and that is when problems begin. Some miss important announcements, others underestimate walking distances, and some reach the gate just as boarding closes. A smart strategy is finding the gate immediately after security, confirming its location on departure screens, and checking how long the walk requires. Only then should shopping become an option. Setting a phone alarm for boarding time can prevent a simple distraction from turning into a missed flight. Mistake number 4, eating heavy or risky food before flying. Airport restaurants can smell tempting before a flight, making passengers think it's the perfect moment for one final large meal. Unfortunately, rich, greasy, spicy, or unfamiliar foods often feel much worse once airborne. Cabin pressure, dry air, and sitting for long periods can increase bloating, nausea, reflux, and stomach discomfort. What felt enjoyable inside the terminal can become hours of misery trapped inside a cramped airplane seat. Many people blame the flight itself when the real problem began with the meal beforehand. Experienced travelers usually choose lighter foods their body already tolerates well and avoid last-minute food experiments. Carrying simple snacks like crackers or ginger candy can also help sensitive travelers stay comfortable. Mistake number 3, choosing flights based only on price. Many travelers immediately book the cheapest ticket available without asking why the price is lower. Sometimes the hidden cost is the flight timing itself. In many regions, midday and afternoon flights experience stronger turbulence because daytime heating creates unstable air currents. That means more shaking, more seatbelt warnings, and greater discomfort, especially for nervous travelers or people prone to motion sickness. What seemed like a bargain can feel miserable once the aircraft encounters rough air. Early morning flights are often smoother because cooler air tends to be calmer. Depending on the route and weather, evening flights may also provide a more comfortable experience. Travelers sensitive to turbulence should consider flight timing carefully rather than focusing only on ticket price. Mistake number 2, touching everything without sanitizing. Travelers often focus on airplane bathrooms while forgetting that airports themselves contain countless germ-covered surfaces long before boarding begins. Security trays, escalator rails, check-in kiosks, elevator buttons, boarding counters, and gate seating are touched by thousands of people every single day. Many passengers unknowingly touch these surfaces and then immediately touch their phones, food, faces, or eyes. That's how vacations sometimes begin, with illness instead of enjoyment. Security trays are especially overlooked because shoes, electronics, bags, and personal belongings constantly pass through them. Smart travelers carry hand sanitizer or disinfecting wipes and use them regularly after security checks, before meals, and after touching public surfaces. Wiping airplane tray tables and armrests can also reduce exposure to germs. A few seconds of caution can prevent days of sickness. And finally, mistake number 1, ignoring jet lag until it becomes overwhelming. This hidden problem quietly ruins more vacations than travelers expect. People arrive in beautiful destinations only to feel exhausted during the day, awake in the middle of the night, hungry at strange hours, and mentally drained. Their body arrives, but their internal clock remains somewhere else. Many travelers lose the first days of a trip simply trying to feel normal again because they wait until arrival to address jet lag. Experienced travelers prepare before departure by gradually adjusting sleep schedules several days early. Even shifting bedtime by 30 to 60 minutes can help the body adapt depending on travel direction. Changing watches or phones to destination time during travel also helps mentally adjust faster. After arrival, strategic sunlight exposure, hydration, light movement, and avoiding excessive daytime sleep can reduce the shock to the body's internal clock. Small adjustments often lead to better sleep, improved energy, clearer thinking, and far more enjoyable vacation time. Which of these airport mistakes have you experienced yourself? Share your answer in the comments. And if you want to become a smarter traveler, check out our next video covering hidden TSA secrets travelers should know before their next flight. Thanks for watching. Avoid flight bans. Travel carefully, stay alert, and avoid small mistakes that can lead to expensive consequences.